Well, hello. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. My God, I've had a very big week and I've had a bit of a theme. You know how some weeks have a theme? The theme this week has been overwhelm. Everywhere I've gone, I've seen overwhelm. I've seen stressed out, under-supported and overwhelmed people. And it's kind of a big deal. You know, it's a really, really big deal. And I have noticed I've worked with lots and lots of very, very overworked and undervalued women this week. That seems to have been the theme of my week. You know, sometimes I'm working with men, sometimes I'm working with young women, sometimes I'm working with older women, all different challenges. But this week it has been definitely really busy women who are supporting business owners or running businesses who are just exhausted. And they're in automatic pilot. And they don't even know they're burnt out. They have no idea they're burnt out. So I remember a friend of mine asking a therapist once, how do you know if you're burnt out? And the therapist said, if you ask someone, how do I know if I'm burnt out? Because you wouldn't be asking unless you were burnt out, right? I love that. Have you ever thought about that and gone, am I burnt out? I think the answer is fucking yes, right? If you think that, I often ask myself that, like at least once a month. Am I burnt out? Probably. The good thing is that I think there's a difference between I've been completely fried, like when I had my adrenal collapse, and I think full-on burnout is huge. But when you do things you love, it keeps your emotional tank high. So what stops me from burning out is the fact that I prioritize things I love so highly. And so I should be burnt out with my physical schedule. I should be burnt out with my mental schedule. But because my emotional tank is so full, and the reason my emotional tank's so full is because I do what I fucking want all the time. Like I'm really good at fitting in fun. I'm really good at going, oh my God, this is a big week. Where can I find a friend that I can pop in there so I get a little bit of light? Where can I find a movie that I can run away to with my daughter? Where can I find, like, I'm just going to go and buy my favorite food and cook my favorite meal, and really prioritizing fun and things that light me up is, I think, the secret. It's the secret. Because when your life is full of problems and responsibility and challenges and dramas and fucking heavy shit, you've just got to find that lightness. So finding lightness and doing more is always my answer, and unless it's not, if that makes sense. So do more unless you just can't, and then you go, I'm completely fuddled, I'm going to lie down. And then you just need to take your pants off and lie down, because sometimes your body goes, no. And I've been really thinking about the fact that I've had such a busy year and how it's been really interesting. It was deliberately busy. I wanted it to be busy. I set out to it to be busy. I set up a massive tour. I wanted all of this busyness, right? I wrote a book. I was really pushing hard. But the response has been really interesting. Like, we get rewarded for exhaustion. You're amazing. You must be so exhausted. You're incredible. And I'm like, what if I was incredible? Can I be incredible and do fucking nothing? What would that be like? I'm really interested in that. That's something I'd like to play with. I don't even know if it's possible for me to do nothing, but I'm really interested in how do we get that feeling of you're amazing for doing nothing. What does that look like? Because we're just in we're really just living in times where we're rewarded for what we do and rewarded for being exhausted. And it's like this fucked up badge of honor. And I'm kind of over it. I'm over it. And that could be just because it's the end of a heavy year and it's been a lot. And I'm like, there's just people exhausted and struggling and not getting their needs met. You know, like getting your needs met is life 101. And I wish, my greatest wish, if I had a wand for the world, it would be if everyone could just go and get their needs met. First of all, you've got to know what your needs are. Then you've got to find a way of meeting them, right? So what are your needs? What are the things you need in your life, and how are you going to get them? And once you know that, and you will find that your life is better because you've got your needs met. Now, a lot of the women I've had experiences with this week don't know what their needs are. They don't know what they want. They just like, oh my God. I had one woman who said to me, I've had such a light bulb moment because I'm doing so much shit I don't like. And I was talking to them about, what are the roles that you have in your life and what are the roles you don't want anymore? What's the role that you have that you love? Like, do you love being a parent? Now, there are moments when you're a parent and you love it, and there's moments when you're a parent and you fucking hate it. There's moments when you love being married. There's moments when you hate being married, right? What's that about? What do you love? Do you love your job? How much do you love your job? Do you not really love your job? Do you love your job sometimes, but not always? Like, what are the roles that you do? You love being a pet owner, or is it really hard? Like, I remember when my old dog, Sasha, was on her last sort of 3 months, and being a pet owner was really heavy and hard, and she was unwell, and it was really awful, and none of the vets would sort of just say to me, mate, just put her down. They were like, oh yes, well, she seems to be coping. And I was like, I didn't know what to do. And every time I looked at her, I felt angsty, and then I felt guilty. And then I wanted to spend every minute with her because I didn't know how much longer she was going to be. It's a hard time. I think everything we do has hard times, and everything we do has amazing times. And we need to acknowledge when things are hard, like when we're having hard parenting times, or hard relationship times, or hard financial times, or hard pet owner times. I don't know. What is the thing that's hard? What's hard for you? It's one of my favorite questions when I talk to people. What is hard for you right now? And I think just acknowledging it to yourself and going, this is really fucking hard. I've got, what have you got going on? Have you got elderly parents? Have you got a sibling that's unwell? Have you got a friend you're supporting? What's hard? And acknowledging what's hard is the beginning to going, okay, this is hard. And what can I do to make it easier? What can I do to lighten my load? What can I fucking get rid of? Because often we have things we can get rid of, and we're not getting rid of them because we won't give ourselves permission to just go, I'm not able to attend that sport for the next 5 weeks because I've got too much on my plate. I'm pulling out of that, whatever it is, for the next 2 months. I'm not going to, what am I going to do? I'm just going to say to my family, actually, I'm only cooking 3 meals a week. The rest of them are up to you. You can't do that if they're toddlers, can you? But I don't know. What are you going to let go? Because at some point, something's got to give. Something's got to give. And it's either something at home needs to lighten up, or something at work needs to lighten up, or something in your world you need less responsibility, less problems. What would that look like? What's the problem that you'd like to give away? You're going to put that in a box and just hand it to someone else. What's that problem? And what could that look like? I was talking to a friend the other day who was trying to find someone to take her elderly father on an outing, because she was busy working and stressed, and she felt really guilty. She has to work, but she felt really guilty about her dad who's at home all day by himself. And she's like, where's the thing? What can I find? And she can pay for that. She has the money to pay for that. But where is the service that could just take her dad somewhere, and not putting him into respite care or sending him away, but actually something kind of cool, like, oh, there's this guy called Jack who's going to pick you up, and he's going to take you to a car museum, and he's going to take you out for lunch. And I don't know, these sorts of support services. What are they? I think when we imagine what the ultimate support can be, we get to design something that might help us. And I think we don't allow ourselves to think big enough. What is the problem you want to solve? What's the challenge you want taken off you? What's the drama you just fucking wish would end? What is that? Because I think there's a lot of hard out there. There's a lot of hard. And we're heading into the silly season, So what can you do? I think planning is my favourite thing. I've been talking a lot about that since the new planner came out, and I've got a planning webinar next week. So if you want to join me on Monday night, I've got a free, I keep calling it a webinar. It's really fucking retro, a webinar. I think we called them webinars in the 90s. It's just a Zoom. It's a masterclass of me teaching people how to plan. So when you plan, you get to stuff more easy stuff into your life. You get to look at your life high level and go, fuck, this is too much. You get to look at your life high level and go, oh, I've got a gap. Let's fit something lovely in. Now, lovely might be a bowl of soup. Lovely might be a friend. Lovely might be a shop. Lovely might be walking around an art gallery for half an hour. What does lovely look like? And everyone's got a different answer to that. So what's your lovely? There you go. I hope this weekend you find your lovely. Find something lovely that's going to light you up and give you sparkly eyes and make you feel warm in your heart and add some softness to your busyness. That's my wish for you this weekend. Have a lovely weekend. Bye.